She was supposed to be untouchable. She was supposed to keep her heart hidden. But now, Princess Leonor has broken her silence, and the entire world is listening. Royal heartbreak or true love? This is the moment Spain's future queen finally speaks. From the day she was born, Leonor de Borbón has been the symbol of Spain's future. Every step, every gesture, every smile has been dissected by the media. The weight of centuries of monarchy has been placed on her shoulders. For years, she has been a picture of composure, the perfect daughter, the perfect student, the perfect heir. But beneath the glittering tiaras and the carefully staged palace photos, Leonor is also a young woman. And young women feel love. They feel heartbreak. They feel the tension of balancing who they are with who they are expected to be. And today, for the first time, she lets the world see that side of her. It happened quietly, in the halls of Zarzuela Palace. A private gathering of family and advisors turned into something extraordinary. Leonor, now 19, asked for the floor. Those present say she took a deep breath, her voice calm but steady, and began to speak. She spoke about love, not as a fairy tale, not as an obligation, but as something real and raw. She revealed that over the past year, she had experienced both joy and pain. She had fallen in love, truly in love, and that love had been tested. Some in the room were stunned. Queen Letizia, who has always been protective of her daughters, was said to have tears in her eyes. King Felipe listened in silence, giving Leonor space to express herself. But this was not a plea for pity. This was a declaration. Leonor wanted everyone to know that her heart was her own, and that what she felt was not weakness, it was strength. She spoke of the pressure she has faced, the constant speculation about her private life, the headlines that tried to paint her as cold or distant. And then she smiled and said she refused to hide her heart any longer. The palace, at first, was cautious. Should this story ever leave the room? Should the Spanish people hear such a personal confession? Advisors debated, worried about how this might play out in the media. But Leonor was firm. She wanted her people to know her truth, not through tabloids, not through gossip, but through her own words. So she sat down for a filmed message. No scripted notes, no teleprompter. Just Leonor, speaking from the heart. She admitted that love had found her unexpectedly, that it had made her feel alive, and that it had also left her vulnerable. She said she had faced heartbreak, and that heartbreak had taught her what kind of queen she wanted to be. Her words were simple, but powerful. She said she would rather be known as a queen who feels, than a queen who hides. She promised to lead with compassion, with understanding, with the perspective of someone who has truly lived. When the video was released, it was nothing short of historic. Millions watched within hours. Young people across Spain flooded social media with messages of support. Parents spoke about how much courage it must have taken for Leonor to share her heart. Even critics of the monarchy admitted they were moved by her honesty. And then came the questions. Who was the person Leonor had loved? Was he from Spain? Was he someone from her time at UWC Atlantic College? Was this romance over, or just beginning? The palace remained silent on details. What mattered, Leonor insisted, was not the name, but the feeling, the fact that she had chosen honesty over secrecy. This moment has sparked an entirely new conversation about what it means to be royal in the 21st century. Leonor is not just stepping into the role of queen, she is reshaping it. She is saying that vulnerability is not a flaw. That love, even love that doesn't last, has value. That heartbreak can make a person stronger. International reactions poured in. Danish media speculated whether Prince Christian knew of this revelation. British tabloids compared Leonor's openness to Princess Diana's emotional candor. European commentators called it a turning point for the Spanish crown. But beyond the headlines, this was about a young woman coming of age. About a daughter looking her parents in the eye and saying, "I am ready to lead, because I am ready to live." In the weeks that followed, Leonor appeared at several public events. Observers noted a new confidence in her step, a softness in her smile, a serenity that seemed unshakable. She greeted crowds with warmth, laughed more freely, engaged more directly with the people she will one day rule. And the curiosity loops keep building. Was this just the first time she would share her private self with the world? Will we one day see her stand hand in hand with someone she loves, introducing him to Spain not as a secret but as a partner? For now, what we know is this: Princess Leonor has spoken. She has reminded Spain, and the world, that even the future queen has a beating heart. That she is not just a symbol on a balcony, but a young woman who dares to love, dares to hurt, and dares to hope. Her words have given new life to the monarchy. They have bridged the gap between the palace and the people. And perhaps most importantly, they have given young people someone they can relate to, someone who shows that even with duty and destiny, you can still be human. Royal heartbreak or true love? Perhaps it was both. Perhaps it always is. But one thing is certain, this moment will be remembered as the day Princess Leonor turned vulnerability into power, and silence into a voice that could inspire a nation. And as we watch her continue her journey, we wait for the next chapter, not because we are curious about gossip, but because we now feel invested in her story. The crown may be in her future, but her heart will always be at the center of her reign. This is not the end of the story. This is just the beginning.